Hello, Da Vinci. Welcome back. It's maths, which means it's me and my partner in crime, me and my ruler. We're back. So get yourself ready with your pencil, with your paper, and let's get on. So we can see here, we've got our challenge 1, we've got our challenge 2 questions. I've got my pencil and paper ready. Are you ready? Well, let's get straight on. So pause the video and continue the work, and then I'm going to go through the answers. So first question on challenge 1. We're going to go through it just now. So let's go 11. Here we go. Take away 2, which means we're going backwards. So I'm going to 11, take away 2, 1, 2. My answer is 9. So let's put 9 there. 5, add 5. Well, I could use my ruler because I've got 5 on here. I know I can add 5 there, but I've also got 5 fingers and 5 fingers, which means I can do 5 doubled, which is the same as saying 5 and 5, is 10. I've got 10 fingers altogether, so 10. Double 2. Double 2. Double 2. 4. Something, take away something is 3. We've worked these ones out. These are nice and simple now. 3, take away 0 is 3. 4, take away 1 is 3. 5, take away 2 is 3. 6, take away 3 is 3. 7, take away 4 is 3. 8, take away 5 is 3. 9, take away 6 is 3. 10, take away 7 is 3. And that's the special one because we know that 7 and 3 together make 10. So 10 take away 7 is 3. Well done, challenge 1. Let's move on to challenge 2. 59, add 11. That sounds familiar. Did we do that one last time? We might have done that one last time. And if so, I do apologize. It's 59, add 11. So we know that 5, 9, 1, 1 for 11. 9 add 1 is 10. We definitely did this one last time, didn't we? My 0 goes in there. So I cross that out. My 1 goes up here. So we cross out the 5 and make it a 6. And we cross out that 1. So 6 add 1, 7. The answer is 70. Double something is 6. Ooh, that's tough. Double something is 6. Oof. Well, we know that 5 and 5 doubled is 10. So it's not, that's less than 12. So we're going to have to keep going. So what's the next double after 5? Well, the next one after 5 is going to be double 6. So the way that we'd work that out, I haven't got 6 fingers. I could use my ruler, could start on 6 and add 6. I could also do one group 6 and another group of 6 and count them all together. 6 on this side, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ah, that's my answer, 12. So the answer would be double 6 equals 12. And the way that I work that out is you might think, oh, Mr. Watkiss, you knew the answer already. Well, all I did there was I started at 5. So double 5 is 10. And that's less than my answer. So I'm going to have to go up. I'm going to have to go up from 5. Because if I go down, if I do 4 and do double 4, that's 8. So that's getting further away from the answer. Double 3, 6. That's getting even further away from the answer. So we need to go up. So instead of 5, I tried 6. So 6, add 6. And I just drew it out to help me because I might not have had my ruler. Although I've always got one. And I found out it was 6 equals 12. Double 6. 17, take away something, is 8. Ooh. So something here, what we're going to do, well, what I would do is I'd imagine, just like my ruler, if I've got 17 here, and I've got a long number line going all the way back, and I've got 8 here, I just need to find out how many I've gone back, okay? So let's find out. So starting from 17, putting my finger on the answer, which is 8, so 17, take away something is 8. So what's the difference in between? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the answer is going to be 9 because that's the amount in between the two numbers. Right, let's go on to the next one. Something, take away something is 27. Well, we're good at these ones now. we can just go up one by one to make sure that we're always going to get the right answer. And as you can see, oh, that's a rubbish 3. As you can see, we've now got the pattern going. So we could jump all the way to 45, and then we can work that out. 5 less than 45 is 40. And then another 10 off that is going to be 30. So you've got 15 taken away there. But I'm at 30 instead of 27. I still need to go 3 more back. So that could then mean I would take away 18 altogether. Now, you definitely need to write that one down to work that one out, because that is a tricky one to work out in your head. But it's all about just doing it systematically. So what I did was I did 45. I took away 5, which gave me 40. I then took away 10, because then that gave me 30. And I'm still not at 27. And then I took away 3, which gave me, extend the page again, 27. And all I did was I just counted what I took away. I took away 5, took away 10, I took away 3. 5, add 10, add 3. Well, I'm going to do 10 first. 10, add 5, add 3 equals 18, which gives me that answer, which means it's 27. Again, it's just all about thinking about how you'd work them out, what's best for you. Let's move on. Ooh, this is new. This is brand new. Let's find out. Can I use the division sign in a number sentence? We're going to show this as a written calculation. So right now, my sentence tells me I've got, this is my total. So what's the total here? It says 8, but what is it? Is it 8 plates? No, there's only 1, 2 plates, so it must be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 cookies. So I've got 8 cookies and I've shared them equally between my 2 plates, and I've got 4 on each plate. So now what we're going to do is just checking to see if anyone's here, okay? No, no one's here. I'll let you into a little secret. Mathematicians, that's people that do maths, are really lazy. They're really lazy. And they don't like writing things out. They find it boring. So what they did was they found a way so that they didn't have to write as much. So let me show you what they did. They said, oh, I don't want to write shared equally between every single time. So they invented this strange symbol. And what it means is it means shared equally between. So 8 shared equally between 2, or 8 divided by 2. That's another word for it, divided by. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So they thought, perfect. I don't need to write these 3 words, and I'll just write this instead. So they changed it. Instead of writing all this, they went, I'm just going to write 8 divided by 2 equals 4. Can you see how that's the same numbers? They've still used their 8 there. They've still used the 2 there. And they've still used the 4 as the answer. But all they've done is they've been really cheeky, and they've changed the shared equally between. They've taken all of that out and they've changed it to be this divide sign here. Can you believe that? Oh, they're lazy, aren't they? Well, I thought maybe should we be lazy for a lesson? Should we have a lazy lesson? Yeah. So what we're going to do is, instead of writing shared equally between every single time, we're going to use this brand new divide sign, this divided by sign, and we're going to put that in our number sentences instead. So come with me and let's see whether we can make this easy lesson, okay? So here we go. Oh, another long sentence. 16, so that's the total. That's all of the squares together. Shared equally between, that's that long sentence. 2, that's how many groups? So you can see I've got 1 and 2. So that's my, and then 8, That's how many is in each group. You can go, there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This sentence is way too long again. Shall we do our lazy one? You ready? Our super maths one. 16 divided by 2 equals 8. So you can see I've got my whole number, that's all of the cubes together. I've divided it by that cheeky divide sign. I've divided it by 2 groups, and I've got 8 in each group. Should we work one out on another page? Should we do it again? Because I think this is good. You're going to get good at this. Right, you ready? Oh, we've got to find it now. We've got to find it. Okay, shall we work it out together? It says, let me just make this so that it's all on one line. I don't want to confuse anybody by wondering what that line underneath is. If I just shuffle that up, there we go. There. So here we go. We've got something shared equally between that boring sentence. Something equals something. Well, we've got 3 spaces. Should we fill them out? Shared equally between. So this starting number is our biggest number. And what's our biggest number? Is it how many groups? Is it how many in each group? Or is it all of the dots put together? It's all of the dots put together. So let's count them first. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Right. I've got 20 green dots and I've shared them equally between, wake up, Mr. Watkiss. I know it's a long sentence, but anyway, 20 shared equally between how many groups? How many groups did we share them between? Well, I've got 1 group there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you counting with me? And 5. You can see those white boxes. Those are my groups. So I've shared them equally between 5 groups. Now the last answer. How many in each group? Well, I've got, if I use a different coloured pen to help you, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 in each group because they're shared equally. So I don't need to count the rest, but I know that there's 4 in that group. Are you ready to write the lazy sentence? The math sentence, you ready? So we start with our biggest number, which is 20. We're then going to get rid of all that words. We're going to get rid of them. Divided by, and how many groups are we dividing it by? 5 equals 4. Look how quick that was. I saved myself so much time because I didn't need to write out shared equally between. I made it really quick and easy with that divide sign. I can't wait to see your work on tapestry because I think it's going to take you so quick. You're going to be so good at it. You ready? Should we do another one? Here we go. Let me make that all on one sentence so that, again, we don't get confused at what that extra line is at the end, because that extra line's our answer. I don't want us to get confused. You ready? Right. So we're going to start off with our whole number. So how many are we looking at? So we're not counting the plates. No, that's the groups. We're counting the strawberries. So how many strawberries do we have all together? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, right? 15 strawberries shared equally between. Now we need to count how many groups. So what are the groups they're in? Well, there's 1 group on the plate. There's 2 groups, 3, 4, 5. So 15 shared equally between 5 groups is how many in each group? Well, 1 strawberry, 2 strawberries, 3 strawberries. 3 is our answer. That took me around about 1 minute. Should we see how quick it is when I write it with our super math sentence? You ready? 15 divided by 5 equals 3. That took me like 5 seconds. How quick was that? Well, it means I don't need to do any of that silly writing. I've managed to do it all in that amazing divide sign. Amazing. Should we do another one together? Let's do this one together. I think this one is the last example. So make sure you do those super magnet eyes, okay? Because it's definitely a tricky one, this, okay? So I need you to be watching really carefully, okay? How many do we have all together? That's that first number. Is it the biggest number? So the biggest number that goes first. Our biggest number is going to be how many cookies we have. So we've got 1, count with me, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. We've got 28 cookies, and we're shared equally between how many groups? 1 group, 2 groups, 3 groups, 4 groups, 5 groups, 6 groups, 7. They've been shared equally between 7. Now, how many in each group? 28 shared equally between 7 is how many? Well, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So my answer's 4. Yeah, that took me a long time. Should we do our super quick math sentence? You ready? 28, biggest number first, divided by, so it's a line with 2 dots above it, divided by how many groups, how many plates are there? There's 7 plates. How many on each plate? 4. Look how quick that was. I really hope you're as excited as I am, because I cannot wait to see how good you are going to be at this. You're going to be fantastic. Are you ready? Here's your challenges. I want you to write the division number sentence. So that's this here. That's your division number sentence. I want you to write that to match these. So you've got 8 cubes. So you're going to write your biggest number, your total, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You've got 8. You're then going to use that super divide sign. And how many groups are there? How many groups? Well, you've got 2 groups, and then it asks you how many is in each group. How many is in each group? Okay, I'm not going to show you anymore. I'm going to rub it out quick so you can't see. Close one, I know. Challenge 1, question 2. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spots all together. So that's your first one. Your 6 goes first. Then you got to use that super divided by, that divide sign, divided by how many groups are there? How many groups have you got? And how many are in each group? I look forward to seeing those super answers that you're going to give me. Well done. Let's be a super speedy lesson. See whether or not you can do it nice and quick. Make sure you don't make those mistakes though. Okay, challenge 1, you've got another set of questions here. You've now got 10 spots as your starting number. So 10, and you've got to divide it by how many groups equals how many in each group. 16 tomatoes. 16 divided by how many groups? How many in each group? Okay, give it a go. Challenge 2, write the division sentence to match how many all together, how many in each group, and how many groups. Sorry, I'm back. So I was saying, challenge 2, you've got to tell me how many all together. So you've got all your sweets. How many have you got all together? You've then got to divide that by, so tell me how many all together, divide it by how many groups, and then is equal to how many in each group, right? Okay. Then, this is a tough one. How many of the green spots have you got all together divided by how many groups? How many groups do you have? Equal how many in each group? Challenging, but I know you can do it. Challenge 2, you've got some more here. Again, how many cubes all together? How many groups are there? How many circle groups? Equal to how many in each group? Okay. Next one, we've got this many, I think they're ice creams. Can't tell. This many ice creams, or yeah, I think let's go ice creams or cupcakes. This many ice creams or cupcakes. So how many of those have you got all together? Divided by how many groups? How many groups are they in? Equals to how many are in each group. Okay, see whether you can do that one. Challenge 3. You've got your work cut out for you, so it's a big challenge today, so you need to work hard. How many apples all together divided by how many groups of apples? How many circle groups are there? Equals how many in each group? Okay. Next one. How many green dots are there? How many green dots divided by? That's a rubbish divided by, Mr. Watkiss. You should be very ashamed of yourself. Divided by how many groups there are. So how many green dots divided by how many white squares are there, how many groups, is equal to how many in each group. And then you've got another 2 challenges here, okay? I've been through quite a few examples now. I don't want to keep talking over. And then you've got a final extension here. It says, Whitney has 16 flowers. She shares them equally between some vases or vases. How many different ways could Whitney share her flowers to make them equal groups? So it doesn't tell you how many vases or vases she has. So you need to have a go at splitting them, sharing them into different sets of groups and seeing how many you can find, how many different ways you can find of sharing 16 flowers equally. Okay? And then we've got an extension. Using the multiplication sentences below, you can write a division number sentence for 2 lots of 5 equal 10 and 12 equals 3 lots of 4. So using the multiplication sentences, can you write a division number sentence for this? Now, I am going to show you one more thing, okay? So if I go on to the next page, one last thing that's worth mentioning is earlier on we showed that, let's say, let's do 15. We had 15 things. And we said if you divide 15 by 3 groups, it equals 5 in each group. That's what we said, okay? Now, you might remember that this is an extension. This is a super extension for those that are finding this really, really not as challenging. I want to just show them something else. Okay, so if you're struggling a little bit or you're challenged well, you continue your challenge. This is a bit of an extra one. Okay, you might notice that these are the same numbers you would use if you were doing your multiplication sentences, and that's because division and multiplication are a bit like brother and sister. Okay, and how you have to remember it is you can swap numbers in a different order. You can put them in a different order and you will get a multiplication sentence. Now you must be careful because you cannot swap. They're not commutative in division. They're not commutative, which means you can't just swap 3 and 15 round because that would not equal the same. That would say you've got 3 sweets and you need to share them equally between 15 people. Can you do that? No, you cannot share 15 sweets equally between, you cannot share 3 sweets equally between 15 people, but you can swap them over to find out the multiplication version of this equation. And what you can do is you can have your 5 lots of 3 equals, so I've used that number, I've used that number. So what's the last number? Well, it's 15. And you can do this with many different divisions. They'll always have a sister, if you will, for the multiplication. And then these two are commutative because this is a multiplication side. So you can swap these two round and it will still equal 15. But in order to do anything with these two, you need to swap different numbers. So, I'll leave that up actually, because that might help us understand this last bit. You can swap these two numbers round easily, but when you're doing, let me just move those down there. When you're doing these multiplication, these division facts, you cannot swap them as easy as you can swap these two. The only way that you can do this is you must have your biggest number first. For division, you must have your biggest number first. You can then swap these two numbers around, because these two numbers would mean that 15 divided by 3, 15 shared into 3 groups is 5 in each group, and 15 shared into 5 groups is 3 in each group. But you must remember the biggest number must go first when you are dividing, otherwise it will not work. You can do this with other sums as well. So if you've got 20 and you want to share in 5 groups, you would give 4 to each group. Now, if I keep that 20 at the beginning, 20 divided by, I can swap these two round. 20 divided by 4 groups, I put into 4, shared into 4 groups, would mean I'd get 5 in each group. So as you can see, as long as you keep that number at the beginning, the biggest number first, you should be able to swap these two after your divide sign. You'll be able to swap your answer and your groups over. That's just a small extension for those that are finding this challenge a little bit not as challenging as they'd like, and I've given you something else to work from, to explore, so you could have a go at these if you're feeling like you really want to push yourself. Well done, Da Vinci, and everybody else that's still at the end of this video. Thank you very much. I'll see you later. Goodbye.